So what about accessorizing? Kind of like a necklace or a pocket square would be accessorizing. What do I do to accessorize in my home?
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward together with the Dekker Team.
So we're excited that at the Dekker Team, we've been able to for over 30 years. I know, I'm only 34, so how is it possible? We've been able to not only help you with selling and buying and investing in real estate, we've had the privilege and the honor of coming alongside you and making wise wealth decisions, making our house home, building wealth, not only through real estate, but just by good decisions and even strengthening, healing, and flourishing in our relationships. 30 years of building life and home together. So cool. And so like accessorizing in ourselves, whether a nice pocket square that makes my suit really look good, well, not mine, maybe Ken's, or a beautiful necklace that makes my dress or the neckline of the dress really stand out. Accessorizing in a home does exactly the same thing.
So, what sort of accessories are outdated? Or what sort of accessories would make your home seem more current?
Okay, so outdated, one of the big accessories, and I know it's a thing that stays with the house, and I would still call it an accessory, is lighting. Lighting styles. If you ever walked into a house, if it was in the 90s or even around 2000, it was all the deal, and you went, woohoo! They've got those beautiful Hollywood lights around my mirror, above them and beside them, and it's beautiful. And it's brass. That was probably more the 90s. And yet now if you see those, you're going, seriously? Can we not shift that out to something a little more neutral or even a little more contemporary?
Right.
Right? Because the blacks are still in lighting fixtures. The pewters are still in. Not so much the white. There was a season where we even had white or solid black painted chandeliers and stuff. Yeah, not so much today. Probably the most popular lighting today in so many rooms, in kitchens and family rooms, even living rooms, even dining rooms, like lower level family rooms, rec rooms, games rooms, theater rooms. Oh my goodness, most rooms would be pot lights.
It's amazing how much the lighting can change the whole feel of the room, the whole look of the room. And you're right. If you have current pot lights in there, it changes everything. And even though you don't notice it, if you walk into a room and say, wow, that's a beautiful room, you may not notice the lighting, but it really does change the whole feel of the room.
And that's the gig with accessories. You don't always even see the accessory.
Right.
Like you might not even notice it's there. You just notice it's an inviting, comfortable feeling, whether it's the lights or whether it's the things that go with the people.
Right.
When they move out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recently, we had clients that actually paid significantly, like 30% less than the assessed value on a home. And in this market, you're saying, how is that possible? And we kind of said the same thing. And here's why. The house was solid bones, great quality house, like fabulous. Like we knew before we even did the building inspection, this was a solid, fabulous, wonderful house. They hadn't just made it pretty for resale because it didn't look so pretty. And it saved our clients 35% less than the assessed value, even in a hot market, which is fantastic. Some of those accessories that kind of made that impression was lace doilies, was curio cabinets, was little tiny, they're not necessarily that little, but all kinds of little glass figurines and colored glass and things that were very much the things we would add into our home, the accessories we would add in decades gone by.
Right.
Not so much today. Now it's larger pieces, fewer pieces, wood and stone and more natural pieces. Shells are even becoming, and have been for a long time now, one of the accessories, given the room. More bathrooms and bedrooms and that kind of place. So just really be thinking about if it's for you, then have whatever you want. Like, love your home, enjoy your home, experience it with all the lace doilies that you want, all the nice runners running across your tables and your counters and wherever you would like to have those. Have hearths, accessorized with brass and candles and whatever is beautiful to you. I say go for it. I do it in rooms when I'm not on the market. And then when I'm ready to kind of bring myself up to current, I think about that I'm going to keep 10% of what's probably there.
I think simplicity is the key. So it's very difficult for somebody to walk into a house that is full of stuff. You have things everywhere, all kinds of accessories, furniture, pictures, doilies, everything everywhere. It's more difficult to imagine your own furniture in that room and imagine yourself living in that home. Whereas if it was more simple and up to date, you can easily picture yourself in there with your own furnishings.
So true, right?
Right.
And even artwork, accessorizing with artwork is hugely important. We used to have more groupings or collages of little pieces, or even just one little piece on a big wall or a medium piece on a big wall. Now it tends to be, for the most part, unless it's kind of a themed wall where there's a like look to it, we're for bigger pieces. Right. Bigger, more simplistic pieces, and it just opens up the room.
Right.
It seems strange that you put something big on the wall and you make it a bigger space or feel like a bigger space.
Yeah.
Except that's what happens.
Yeah, it seems counterintuitive.
It really does. So that would be one great thing to be able to do. And then choose a color theme as you're accessorizing.
Right.
Rather than a different color in every room. And not that you can't have a couple in different parts of the house, but kind of like the carpet in the 1980s, late 80s, the whole thing that we did was we paid an upgrade charge so we could have a different color carpet in each room. I remember doing that in a custom home house I had built. And now we say, minimize the number of floors. Minimize the number of colors that you throw in as extra accents. So choose a favorite. And they're actually all kind of good. I mean, maybe not burnt orange today, maybe not dusty rose today, but really you can choose almost any color, especially in the cool tones, that can be an accessory color, and just run with one primarily through your house and then have various shades of it.
Right.
And that doesn't seem to throw people off.
There's
even if it's not their color.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Consistency is good.
Consistency is essential when you're accessorizing.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
What else would you say, Leah, is like that tip that we want to make sure people do not forget as they're thinking about accessorizing?
That they don't want to forget.
Yeah, they want to remember to implement in their house.
Other than simplicity?
Yes. Simplicity is number one, right?
Absolutely.
A general color theme is number two, we'll say.
Right.
And what would be a third, like, this is important, and we might not intuitively think of it, kind of like the large artwork.
Right.
What if we just said decorating, keep it simple, and if you're not sure what you're looking for, then maybe leave it alone or pick up the phone. That's a great tip. Pick up the phone and ask us, send us a picture. And when you're sending pictures, sometimes people say, what about this color? What about that color? And yet, if the color's not true, we can't really help. So just make sure when you're sending the pictures that you can actually see what it is you are sending. Thanks for joining us on the Inside Track. We are grateful to be your partners and moving forward together, because you get together, you know we've got this.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward together with the Dekker Team.